Okay, now I'm going to show you how to do some of the typical exam questions. Okay, so now, okay, just remember this. Okay, during a double slit experiment, double slit experiment, okay, we label the distance from the wall. Actually, let me put this picture bigger. Yep. Let me put this picture bigger. Yep. So we label the distance between the wall and the fragment d. Length L. Okay. Then we can label the distance between the two slits d. Okay. And then we label the distance between the antinode of the diffraction of the pattern, or between the nodal x. Okay, so this is, and Young, what Young did was, Young gave us a formula. Okay. Young told me x, which is how spreading, well, basically it's the spreading of the interference pattern here, can be measured by wavelength times the length divided by the distance between two slits. Now, this equation tells me a lot of information. So write this equation down. Also write down the meaning of each symbol. What do they mean? Lambda is the wavelength, L is the distance between, basically the length between the infringement pattern and the source. D is the distance between two slits, and X is the wideness, or the spreading out of the interference pattern. So what this tells me is, if I increase the length, if I put this wall further behind, if I increase the length, x would increase from mass, from the mathematical point of view. If all other numbers are the same, if I increase L from the equation, my x would increase. So this means I have a wider spread of interference pattern. Similarly, if I increase wavelength and I keep all the rest the same, I will have a wider spread out of the infringement pattern. However, if I increase the distance between the two slits, I will have a narrow pattern. So the idea is, the idea is, so if we can put it this way. Yep. The idea is, okay, let's put it this way. Okay. So if I somehow yep. So somehow if I decrease the length, if I decrease the distance between the slit, my pattern will be narrower. So it's not a good illustration of it by just enlarging a picture, but you get the idea that it can be all, the information is all lays in this formula. What's happening in the exam, they will ask you a lot of questions like this. They will ask you, okay, now I have this interference pattern. Somehow this time I use a light with lower wavelength, okay, with less wavelength. So water is changed by the pattern. So with low wavelength, as the wavelength decreases, as the number on top decreases, X would decrease. Okay. Similarly, if the number on the bottom decreases, X would increase. So that's just the mathematical way to form it. Okay. So if you have any questions reading this formula, give your teacher a call, so they will be able to help you reading it. Okay.